My name's Don, and on today's Car Meet Garage, we're with our buddy Zach out at his shop, which is pretty nice. It's a work in progress,
right.
But it's still, man, the possibilities out here.
More space. So we do aerobics in here. So many activities. Do step class. It's making my head spin how many activities we can do.
Well, they are. We're in the middle of nowhere, too, so that helps.
Right, and we were just talking that this is probably my second favorite background so far with that. Just this layout is pretty cool. So we can jump right in. And what was your very first car?
Oh, I bought my first car when I was 14 with paper route money. It was an 84 Cutlass.
Oh, I love a G-body. Get the shuffle.
Didn't do nothing. I ended up selling it after like a month, so I didn't know what I was doing. You know, my first car though that I actually ran and drove every day to school was my, it was 1990 GMC Jimmy, small S15 body. I liked it. It was cool. You know, I think everyone had S10s back in the day.
Oh, dude,
we all
multiple. Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Everyone
awesome.
had S10.
Yeah, and I gotta ask that how you kind of got into. Obviously, you're into the off-road stuff here.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big into the off-road stuff. I've always liked two-tracking, mud bogging, you name it. Love being off-road.
Oh, dude, it's a very expensive hobby to get into. Anything motorsports,
Yes.
really.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
But, and you can tell there's not a dollar wasted here. These are really nice.
Well, the wasted dollars is in them.
Well, yeah. We were just talking about this. A good solid cocaine habit probably would have been cheaper than getting into motorsports.
Right, yeah, that's it. Drugs are cheaper. I don't tell my kids that. Don't.
Right.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You're not wrong, but this is a lot safer, kind of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Last summer, I'll tell you a quick story. Last summer, I had an Arctic Cat Wildcat I built. And I kept saying that, be safe, it's safe. And my daughter and I were at Silver Lake, and a ball joint broke and ended up on her lid, hanging by her seat belts. And so the safer thing, yeah, so safer, you know. We were fine though, so it worked out good.
Oh,
so anyways.
So what was your inspiration to getting into the automotive hobby?
Man. Okay, so you guys are from Bay, you know Bay City pretty well, all that stuff.
Yeah.
My great-grandfather had a shop right on South Euclid, right almost to the sugar beet factory.
Okay.
And he sold campers. And he had that when I was born. He had that before I was born. It was there since the 60s. And I was in that shop with my dad every weekend, every other day, and to watch my great-grandfather work. I don't know, I think it hooked me from a small age. They sold it in the mid-90s. And but ever since then, I just wanted to go fast.
I want to go fast.
Do big trucks, go fast, do dumb things. So that's where it started.
Oh, I think, you know, and no matter how many of these we do, it's our start always starts kind of similarly, that it's a family member,
Right?
And it's important,
Right.
You know.
Well, my dad, I mean, my family's always kind of been into motorsport stuff. I come from an automotive family. And I'll never forget the story, and never forget the time. I was probably 7 or 8. And we're at my great-grandfather's garage, and my dad had his buddy's motorcycle there. And my dad's like, hey, you go for a ride? Well, sure, and I jump on the back. It was one of them early style rockets.
Yeah.
And I jump on the back of my dad, and the first thing he does is rip that front tire in the air across the parking lot. And I'm holding on to him for dear life, you know, trying to hit. After that, I was probably hooked. I mean, my mom don't know that story, so if she's watching, that never happened.
That never happened. He had a dream about it.
Yeah, sure, a dream.
So, if you had to pick a dream car, what would it be?
I've always wanted a Grand National. I always thought my dream car was a Grand National until I got behind the wheel of one and worked on one. And I was like, it's cool, but I don't know if I'd call it my dream car. 55 Ford F100.
Ooh,
but
yeah.
I've had 3 of those. You know, I built 3 of those, and then someone offers you enough money, we're car guys. We like cars, but we like money too.
Right, so I got that list too. That there's cars that you dream that you want to own, but you don't want to own them for a real long time. You just want to say that you own them.
Right. My dream car, if I were to guess a dream car, I want to own all of them. One of every car, just one time. Even if I drive it a mile down the road and back, I go, hey, I owned it. That was cool. That's it. Just drive all of it.
What's the coolest car that you've driven?
Well, that's a tough one because I've been in Dodge Vipers, I've been in cool Corvettes, I've been in ZL1 Camaros, I've been in Copo Camaros. I would say probably the best car, let's go this route, the best car I've ever been in that I owned was I had a Hemi Challenger. And it was all pumped up and all that fun stuff. And I really enjoyed driving that car. I'm a big guy, I'm 6'5". What a car you can get in, it's comfortable, it's got power, and they're easy to modify. I would have to say probably car-wise would be the Challenger, truck-wise would be an SRT10 Ram.
That'd be pretty cool. Don't we have one of those in the area?
An SRT10?
Yeah, an SRT10. They're pretty cool. Yeah,
they're cool trucks.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty neat.
Take a big Viper V10 and stuff.
They're fun. They're squirrelier heck to drive.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, in all of your modifications and all the vehicles and stuff you've done, is there any modifications that you regret doing?
Don't cheap. As far as big trucks go, don't cheap out on your axles. What I mean by that is like, get a good locker, Detroit, something good locker. I mean, I'm operating on a budget. We were talking about that earlier. We're all broke. We're all pro guys. So like the axles underneath this truck right here, I got a Dana 60 front and a 14 bolt rear, and I should have put lockers in them, but I didn't because I'm poor like the rest of us. So I bought full spools for them. So I got full spools front and rear of this thing. When you put this thing in full drive and you're trying to turn around, drive around at bogs or whatever, that thing gets so hard to turn, it's not even funny. I wish I'd have just went with a lock. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, what's the best mod that you've done?
Oh, supercharger.
The supercharger?
Oh, yeah. Forced induction, only way to go.
So we're going to have a hey squirrel moment here. And what supercharger do you have on this? We'll talk about the truck a little bit.
This is just a little guy supercharger.
Okay.
It's a Wind 177, so just a little guy one. Puts out about 8 pounds of boost.
Yeah, we makes out cool supercharger noises, though.
It does. It whistles. Yeah.
And that's a fun thing to have.
Right.
So talking about the supercharger on your truck, is there any more current projects that are going on with the vehicles, and what's the future plan for these?
Okay, so as of right now, this truck's pretty much where it's at. I am going to change over to hydro steering on it because the gearbox with the crossover, just not cutting it anymore. I'm going to go to full hydro steering on it, make it steer easier, drive better, and all that fun stuff. That's the only thing that's going to happen to this. Other than that, it's ready to go for the year. And I wanted it ready for Mud Jam and all those other fun events that I go to. This truck right here, I built this one just for, I was bored. I don't know what the word is, but
that's how most of our projects are. We're just bored.
We gotta be, car guys gotta be the craziest guys on the planet because this truck runs and drives. And it's actually pretty quick for what it is, just a 350. And at least we gotta be crazy because I drove it for 1 year. This is not enough. Right. Obviously needs more.
More power, baby.
We're all a little ADD.
Right. So now I have a 355 sitting on the stand with aluminum heads and all the other fun stuff that's going in this truck for this spring. So that engine will come out and go somewhere else. So
what's your plans for the 2025 season?
For my plans for the 25 season with the off-roading and all that stuff, take this out, have fun with it. Show it off at some events. You can see it's got some cool stickers on it. I mean, it's, they just go out and have fun with it.
It looks cool. It's identifiable.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But the other thing is that we spend so much time building their stuff. We need to go out and have fun with it.
Oh, right.
And I've spent so many years building stuff. I think I'm going to take this year and go out and have more fun and just enjoy it. And
I think that's the whole tempo. I think of 2025 as we talk to more and more people is that people just want to get out and have more fun with their stuff.
Right. Let's just go have fun. Yeah.
Right. I think 2025 just needs to be the year that we just have fun with it. It doesn't matter if you're slow, broke, whatever. Just go and have fun in 2025.
Right. Let's just go enjoy it.
It's a messed up world.
It is. Oh, yeah, it is.
Right. We need to go out and have some fun.
Right.
What's your best advice for someone new coming into the hobby?
Oh, learn everything. Everything. Absolutely. I say it time and time again, and everyone laughs at me for saying it. I tell all the younger kids that are coming into it, you want to get into this? Learn everything you can. Find someone you can learn from. When we were younger, we didn't have cell phones and we didn't have
the internet and stuff that we just fall back on. Right.
I remember being a young kid and having to beg my mom to borrow her credit card to subscribe to Four Wheeler magazine. They had to wait every month to get that magazine in there and start reading and all this other stuff. But I always tell them, read as much as you can, learn as much as you can, find someone to learn from. I mean, the best advice you can have as a kid, and I tell them this all the time, this is what you guys laughed before, I always tell them, your phone's good for more than looking at porn. Get on there, start reading, figure something out. And the only way you can become better at something is to almost be obsessive about it. There's a lot of things like maybe not. I've been in this business for a lot of years. These trucks right here, I've learned a lot over the years from my buddies, from other people. But I mean, like, over here off camera, I have a Razor sitting here. I bought that in pieces. I don't know much about them. I'm mechanically inclined, but I don't know a lot about it.
It's a good learning experience.
Right. So you jump online and read. I wouldn't say I'm an expert in it now by any means, but how do you get good at something? You obsess about it.
I do it.
Yeah, you obsess about it.
You're just like a lot of us car guys that you're a hands-on learner.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Just go do it. What are you going to do? Fail? Who cares? And you just do it again.
Right.
Yeah.
How else are you going to do it?
Right. And I told you, if there's one piece of advice I could do, or one thing I could say to all the kids out there, is that if you knew how many times this truck has been broke and shattered to pieces and drug out with excavators out of mud pits, it'd make you cry. But that's how you learn.
Right.
You take it back to the shop and you go, well, this will be better next time. And if it's not, well, then you learn.
You get into that while I'm in here moment.
Right.
I was here to fix this. Well, I might as well while I'm here.
Right.
That happens a lot.
Yeah. So, anyways.
So seeing how you do mostly off-road stuff, you got any cool stories about like your most challenging experience out in the mud?
Oh my gosh, I got lots of them. I wouldn't even know where to start with that story. The last time, well, I'll tell you two different stories. Earlier this year already, a buddy of mine got stuck out near Mount Pleasant hunting. And I took my K5 Blazer out there to get him. And we figured we'd just go down this trail and get him, not realizing it was all water holes. And that truck broke through the ice so many times. We had to winch our way about a quarter mile into the woods and out. The winch finally snapped in half. The drum snapped in half. And we were out there for about 11 hours trying to recover 2 trucks. That was actually this year already. The only one I could think of in recent history was actually this truck right here. We go to, which is a great place to try out. We go over to Rocks and Valleys in Harrison all the time.
Yeah.
Great off-road park. They're part of Snow Stake. And we had this truck out there. My buddy was stuck down in a mud hole, and it's uphill. I mean, you're sitting in this truck, you're looking at the sky. And I'm hitting him with a tow strap. We should just use winches, but that'd be easy. So I'm hitting him, and the front tires come off the ground about that far because on such a steep incline. Well, this is another word of advice for the kids: stay off the throttle. Okay, I'm on the throttle, just standing on it, and the front end's bouncing. And when it came down, the tires stopped, and nothing else did. And all the axle shafts, U-joints, you name it, come flying out of the front of this truck.
So you're telling me that sometimes the answer is, and when in doubt, throttle out?
That's not always the answer, right? So everyone knows that's not always. 98% of the time, it is the answer, right?
Right. Well, I do know that my limited knowledge of off-roading is sometimes you just gotta keep your wheel speed going, and not wide open. You just gotta keep the tires moving.
Keep the tires moving. If you're moving, you're not stuck.
And keep the mud out of the tread.
Yes.
You gotta try to keep it slung out.
Keep the tires cleaned out. Yep. So
is there any cars that you regret selling?
Oh God, yes. Oh my God, we'd be here for 5 hours talking about cars. So over the years, and I'm not exactly when I tell you this number, I've bought, sold, owned about 500 different vehicles. Okay, the dumbest vehicle I ever sold in my life, and I wish somebody to go back in a time machine and just beat me to death. Okay. When I was 19 years old, I bought a K5 Blazer out of Oklahoma. I'm a K5 Blazer fanatic. I love K5s.
Right.
It was clean, rust-free, super immaculate. And then stupidity got the best of me, and I met a girl, and sold the Blazer because of this girl. She's long gone, but I still think about that Blazer every day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was a 1990 K5, and it was a gorgeous truck, dude. Gorgeous truck. Yeah,
K5s are such nice trucks.
Yeah. Now I have 2 of them. I mean, but they're not the same. They're not the same.
When you find that one, sometimes that's the one you want to hang on to, and I get it.
Right.
We all have those.
Right.
What song is blasting on the radio in this troublemaker as you're hogging through some mud holes?
You want the one I tell people or the one I listen to?
Let's hear them both.
Okay, the one I tell people.
Please be in sync.
All right. I listen to all variety of music, so it don't really matter.
Right.
What I tell people I'm listening to in the truck is stuff like Def Leppard or Poison or 80s hair band. I'm a big 80s hair band guy. What you're really going to find is probably like George Jones. Okay, or some Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
Rock out some Neil Diamond. Maybe on occasion Taylor Swift, but that's maybe the daughter.
Oh, my daughter was already
and they're just singing away. That's why I put loud exhaust on, so I'm standing on it. I'm singing to myself. No one will hear what's actually going on.
That's all right. That's sometimes you start hearing knocks. Turn a little more George Jones. Hear that knock in the motor.
Yeah, that's right.
So is there any shots, people you want to thank for helping get these things together?
Oh gosh, I'd like to give a shout out to a couple people. My buddy Randy, my buddy Josh, a friend of mine Adam. All these guys are big in the off-road world. My buddy Randy and Adam, they both have mega trucks made for jumping and all sorts of fun stuff.
They're so cool.
Those guys got trucks make this thing look small.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I feel good, and then I go see them, and I'm parked next to them. I'm like, man, this, you know, those guys always awesome, super nice guys. Definitely a big shout out to Schmidt Farms right here in Bentley. Without those guys, you know, we wouldn't be in this new building. You know, I wouldn't be where I'm at without that farm. That farm, great guys. Kurt and his son Eric, wonderful guys. And I can never thank them enough for everything they've done.
And by rare chance that you did forget anybody, trust me, it's when you get in front of the camera, sometimes you're like,
I'm just over here going like this. Who am I thinking?
so everybody that's, you know, if you put your hands in these, and they are nice builds. And it's really hard to get a four-wheel drive vehicle put together strong enough that they'll hold together through the trails. And that's why I don't do mud stuff anymore. And I do drag racing and stuff like that because
that's just as bad.
You're right. So do you have any social medias?
I do. I'm on, my shop name is Midnight Motors, and I'm on TikTok. That's it.
Oh,
I just throw, if you guys want to see my builds, jump on there, and you'll see pictures of these, what this truck looked like, where it was painted, and the front end was off it. This truck, all in pieces, my Blazer, my Jeep, all my other stuff. You'll see it all on there.
Beautiful. Well, Zach, I want to thank you very much for having us in here.
Thank you for coming out.
Perfect. And guys, make sure you like, share, and follow, and we'll catch you on the next one.